talking to Hannah Shelby here that has been, what are you, a couple years in the real estate now? How long have you been doing this, Hannah?
37 years.
37 years of experience. Holy crackers. Bringing you 1,000 secrets from the real estate trailblazers. You get to learn from the very best marketers. And let's have some fun. So listen up, everybody. What a good idea. And Hannah, what you've just explained to me is that when somebody comes to your open house, if you give them a little gift and say, you or your realtor can call me for any questions, boy, is that good relationship building, right? So a little thing of macarons or whatever, right?
Exactly. It gives them an opportunity to talk to their agent if they have one, that can call me to get more details if that client's interested. If they don't have a realtor, they will also call me and ask more questions. At that time, you start to have a conversation with people and you get to know them a little better, looking for what they're looking for. My house may not be what they want, but they may say, do you know any other houses that might work for us?
Amazing. Wow. Building relationships. And by the way, I'm thinking of some other people that more or less they're doing an open house and they sit in a chair and they're on their iPhone doing Facebook and they say, oh yeah, there's a pamphlet on the counter. If you got any questions, you can ask me, right? And that's it. Like they didn't ask a single qualifying question. How big a home do you need? How many children do you have? When do you plan to move? Have you got the money? Right? Anything at all. They're just saying, oh yeah, agency here. I work for the seller. You're on your own, buddy. Go for it. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's nice to meet with people from all different areas, asking them, where have you come from? Are you looking to move to Chilliwack? Are you moving to Abbotsford? Where is it you'd like to live? What are the needs that you have? This home is really ideal for different types of people. Maybe a family. You can also have a couple who might need the extra room for an office, a home office. There's so many things that they may not know that are features of that home.
Hannah, I'm sure you and I have a similar trait there, but I find it so exciting to meet strangers. They've moved from South Africa for whatever reason or wherever it is to meet people and just to ask them, why are you here? Right. And they hear all these stories, they got 3 kids, 7 kids, whatever it is. For new Canadians, you hear incredible hardships of where they came from. Afghanistan, and families died and blown up and they're survivors. They're in survival mode and you just feel compassionate to be able to help them. Right. I mean, to me, that's a very strong attribute of being a good realtor, to actually want to know what these people are doing and what their purpose in life is and want to help them, right? Well, gee, I know the perfect place for you. It's over on What's It Street, right?
Exactly. I've got clients from all over the world, and I feel that we're learning from them. They learn from us, but we're also learning from them and about their culture. In fact, I've got one client right now. He's trying to teach me Mandarin. I'm not a good student, but I'm loving it. And he's learning English. And when he's trying English, I would say, no, English. If he goes back to Mandarin, and he's teaching me. If I start going back to English, he says, no, Anna, Mandarin. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I love meeting people from all over the world. I think everybody's welcome.
I consider that a core requirement for being a realtor. If you love meeting people and helping solve their problems, then that is a very good foundation for being an agent. Right?
Exactly. They're coming in hoping they get that help. And that's the kind of help we give. It's not about the dollar. It's about making a difference in somebody's life and helping them enjoy their life and enjoy our community.
Hannah, let's be really honest. I'm 73, but I have had so much fun with my last clients that I know that my 43 years worth of experience is helping them achieve solve their problems. Honest to goodness, I'm going, I've learned so much in the last 5 years, I can't believe it. It's like, wow, I mean, yours and my experience is meant to be a gift to them for helping them solve their problems. And it makes me feel like, yay, Lord, you got a purpose for me. I'm actually helping people, right?
I feel the same. I'm 73 as well, and when you are that age, you've gone through so much learning and have such experience of things working with other people, and little secrets that you learn all the way along, going, oh, I can help them with this. And after they settle in, I make sure I've got a list of, I've got a booklet of all the places, where's the best place to shop for things, where are the churches, where are the golf courses, whatever they need. I customize it for them and copy it into a little booklet for them so they can settle in. Contacts for, RTP, the schools, the fire hall, anything they need, it's there. Then they can feel they can settle in. They can call me at any time if they have a question.
And I also loved how you talk about building relationships with a brand new stranger that's asked you to do a CMA. And it's not you're getting a commission, it's no, you're getting compensation for
Correct.
all of your experience to help them, protect them, have them be, have good knowledge to make good decisions, right? And there's where, for
Definitely.
myself, 12,000 buyers have gone through my hands with all my offers. I mean, boy, oh boy, I learn a lot on that, right?
You do. You have every single deal is a little different from the next one that you're going to do. But as long as you're there to help your clients, you're going to be fine, and they're going to be in good hands. They want to feel safe and represented, and that's what you and I do with our clients. We represent them to ensure that they are well taken care of.
And by the way, I do liken it a little bit to more we do, the more we learn. Like, let's say you and I individually built 1,000 homes. We actually built 1,000 homes. Well, if we're building our first or second or 10th home, we don't have half the knowledge of the last homes because, you got to do something different. You hit a spring under the house. The earth is moving
Mm-hmm.
like eastern hillsides, whatever it is.
Right.
All the learning that you do on all of those 1,000 homes that you've made gives you incredible ability to solve so many more problems. So you and I are problem solvers, right?
We are. I feel that the new agents coming in, they're coming in excited. They're taking the courses, really good courses, and they're running, but they don't know where they're running to yet. So they really, I'm advocating for more training, possibly mandatory training for the first 6 months that they have their license to ensure they are going to be professionals. They're going to learn so much, but you have to train the trainers so they're getting the same kind of training so you can feel confident you're putting professional realtors out there on this to help people. We're
You,
there to help people.
listen, this is my education. I'm sure yours will be similar. But when I started with Wallen Redicop, it was an hour and a half of training every Tuesday morning. It was mandatory. If you didn't do your training, they were kicking you out. And then I also paid 40% of my commission went to the brokerage, and they
Right.
provided like three trainers, like guys that would actually come to the house and do the CMA with you, like seriously. So that
Mm-hmm.
education died, and I hate to say it, when Remax came along. I was Remax for 30 years roughly, and there we had a desk fee more or less. So the training was no longer a requirement. And that mandatory training for years of my life is completely missing in today's new generation. And the one I always point to is, are your clients qualified to buy this home? And 30% of them say, oh, well, that's private information. I don't dare ask them how much money they have, right, for a down payment. And I'm going, no, guys, you're their agent. That's what you're supposed to do. Find out that they can actually get financing. Talk to their mortgage broker. And I'm going to say today, 30% of the realtors don't think that's at all their responsibility, or whether they're even allowed to do it because of privacy, right?
Well, I think the key of asking them what they have down have they been pre-approved, is that you don't want to take them out and show them an $800,000 place when they can only afford 300. They're going to see that and want that and not be able to achieve it. They got to learn to buy what they can afford and then move step by step, maybe condo, townhouse, house. They're starting to get into the market, a lot of them. Let them get their feet wet first, and then start growing their investment. We don't want a seller to have people show it and think they're going to get a sale when the client doesn't qualify. That's really inappropriate.
You know, Hannah, here's the single best course I ever took, like 43 years ago. It was called the Xerox course. At the time, it was $2,000, so call it $10,000 today.
Wow.
And all I got out of that was one single line: ask 20 questions before you open your mouth with any advice. That's it. And holy mackerel, like, seriously, how many children do you have? You have a dog. Do you
Yeah.
walk the dog? Are you worried about security? How big do you need an office? How many cars have you got? Do you have a boat? Ask them all of these questions to find out what their needs are. And honest to God, I'm going to once again say 30% of the agents out there are taxi drivers, and they just say, where do you want to go today? Look at another 100 homes, and never ask them the 20 questions. Oh my God. It's, guys, do your, they don't have the training. They don't have the training. And I will also say today's generation is not the communicators you and I were. Back in the day, there wasn't Facebook. We didn't spend 2 hours a day texting people. We actually talked to people and had real life
Exactly.
problems we discussed. The skill set, I honestly believe that they've lost some abilities there and they need to learn them. Is like actually ask 20 questions. And honest to goodness, out of 30% of the newcomers in the industry, I honestly don't think I could find anybody that's asked 20 questions.
No, no. I've got a checklist, and I go through the whole thing. I know exactly what they need. And what happens then, too, is you narrow it down. Instead of having 40 places to see, you may have 4 or 5 that really fit what they want, their needs and wants are, and it's great. My husband used to manage NRF years and years ago when they were around, and he would every Thursday have an open training session for new agents and also any agents who want to get back into the groove. They've sort of lost their momentum, and to go over things so that they understand things properly. And he did that every single Thursday. He'd do a 2 hour session.
Well, the
It was
biggest,
great.
listen, I've met over, I had 7,500 top agents in the company most referred. I have met so many incredible people, but today you gave me a new gold nugget. When you go to meet
So,
strangers doing a CMA, you're leaving a nice little gift with your letter saying you're honored to be able to help solve their problems and serve them. And here's some soaps, special organic soaps. And that is steps you away from the average realtor. That puts you in the top 1% of new or good ideas to help build that relationship with that CMA stranger. And because you've left the gift at the very end, you'll probably entice them to call you back and thank you for the gift. And oh my Lord, Hannah, that is an amazing. I'm going to call it a 25% value of being a realtor. There's a skill set that's worth 25% of your career because you tell me. But that, do you think it increases your potential of working with that client by double or what?
but 90% of the clients I go to see that I do this with do call me to work with. And a lot of those clients have become really good friends now.
That is stinking amazing, but it's on a relationship of I'm here to help you and here's a little gift. And quite honestly, I say give a hug, right? Like we're not talking the
Mm-hmm.
mechanics of your house is so big and so much a square foot and it's worth this much money and I'm income tax Canada. and I'm just going to fill out the form for you, and that's how much money you get. No, no, it's way beyond to you're building an actual relationship of care, which is what realtors are famous for. You know, give their clients hugs and actually send them birthday cards and actually care about them and be part of a family of support.
It's a little bit of way of letting them know that I appreciate that they did call me and that I had that opportunity to come in and do an evaluation of their home.
If you can ever create a point where you meet somebody and they say thank you, you, in my opinion, have doubled the relationship.
Oh, absolutely. You really have.
Man, it's been so exciting to talk to you, Hannah. You know, we've both been around the block for quite a while, but I do believe we've got chunks of gold to give to the youth. And my message to the newcomers is ask 20 stinking questions. And your message is to make sure you create an environment where the client knows that you care about them and they're actually calling you back to thank you. Oh my Lord.
Exactly.
Put those two things
You're
together.
nurturing their relationship.
Yeah, put those two skills together and it's dramatically helped anybody new in the industry, right? But education,
Mm-hmm.
education, education.
Oh, I love education. I take lots of courses, all kinds of courses, and I love it. It's the best
Oh,
thing you can do.
oh
You can
yeah.
always learn something.
Learn, learn, learn. And here, look, you and I are both 70, 73 years old.
Seventy-three.
To
Yeah.
we're not put out to pasture. We're not going to chase a golf ball
No,
around the course every day. We're actually going to go learn something, right?
we're hands on. We're hands on.
What a wonderful, wonderful. You've encouraged me today, to be honest. You've actually encouraged me.
Oh,
And it's just neat to be able to help people. Okay.
it really is.
Well, Hannah, I want to say thank you very much for sharing some of your golden wisdom in all of this learning season of your life, right? Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Bye bye for now. Thank you.